Hey everybody, we're back. We're live, pal. Another Regulator Talk podcast here. How's your Fridays going? Even though we're recorded on a Wednesday night. We got Biggs with us. We got Gonk. And we got Oz. How you gentlemen doing today? All at the same time.
You literally gave me a cancer with that fucking intro. Like, it's growing in my intestines and spreading to my backbone.
It's like, how fast can I say the intro, just
Yup.
get it over
What's
with.
up, guys?
Yeah, I've actually gotten so lazy lately, I'll actually just tell my brother to do the intro on my videos where he's in. I'll be like, hey, Bolton, can you do the intro? And he's like, sure. And, like, he hits everything I don't hit. He's like, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment, share it with your friends, share it with grandma, just the whole 9 yards.
Develops dyslexia, says the same shit for half an hour.
And I'm,
Anyway,
that's horrible.
As I said before the podcast, I have gaming news that I think is going to make Osiris and Beaks cry, and is also going to make Bolt cry, because it's making most other people cry.
Oh.
Okay, well, it's easy to make Beaks cry.
So, Disney recently had not the investment calls, revenue, whatever. It's basically the time of year when they're looking through all their revenue to see how much money they've made over the past quarter.
Yeah.
Bob Iger, CEO of Disney, spotlighted and praised EA in their handling of the Star Wars title for their revenue. Disney is taking a step back, and they're saying, we don't want to do publishing, we want to do licensing. We are having amazing success. I don't remember the exact quote, but they're having great success with EA and the Star Wars license, according to
because it doesn't
Bob
cost
Iger.
Disney to do anything.
They're honestly doing better with Star Wars than Battlefield.
Yeah,
So
but you know what that means?
what does that mean? Battlefront 3?
No, it means EA is going to keep that Star Wars, the Star Wars license.
Of course.
That is not ending anytime soon.
So you think Star Wars Battlefront 3 will have a battle royale mode to it?
Yes.
Just being completely honest, guys.
Yeah.
I don't even like.
Battlefield
Yes.
5 was supposed to have one.
All right, let me set the
Does it
scene
not
for
have
you.
one?
It's still supposed to have it. So like, they said, oh yeah,
Oh.
when the game came out, it was gonna like have it a little bit later down the line, even though the game's still like adding stuff. Because I have it on my Xbox, and like it's like, hey, we just added this, and I'm like, they're doing the same route they're doing with Battlefront 2. It's like the game's out, there's some stuff there, but the really cool stuff's coming, so like hold on. So it's like a play it for a bit, take a break, then come back a couple months later, play it for a bit, take a break, come back a couple months later.
Yeah, but
It's the same thing.
That doesn't happen. You don't take a break and come back.
Yeah.
I played the game for a week, and if it gets boring, guess what? You get shelved and never played again.
Yeah. Let me break down this concept, all right, of Battlefront 3, all right? So we've already got Battlefront 2. We've hit the peak. Everybody wanted their little clone fetish.
You know
They
what?
wanted
I would
Geonosis. They got it,
It wouldn't fuck me up anymore if they took Battlefront 1 from like 2003
Yeah.
and they just re-released it with all the same shit.
They're not going to do it.
That would be great. That'd be nice.
It'd be a great meme. Players would love it.
No. I didn't finish. To even play the game, you have to buy the
Battlefront
game
3.
twice. You have to have 2 CD keys, like some kind of nuclear launch.
Oh, God. It's two-factor authentication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to buy 2 Xboxes. Have 2 Wi-Fi connections.
It's kind of like well, if you think about it, back in the day, I'm gonna tell my concept of Battlefront 3. I will get through it, but it's like, how Halo 3, if you lost your multiplayer disc, you're screwed, because there was a campaign disc, and then there was a multiplayer disc.
That was the biggest.
And then there was
shit.
a Halo 3 ODST campaign disc and a Halo 3 disc with all the DLC or whatever.
4 discs.
They should do that for the next Battlefield game, and just be like, but you know how everything's going digital nowadays. So like every time you play it, you have to put in your code. So it's like an auth code for if you ever have Uplay, and they're always like, please input your Google Authenticator code. Every single time you log in. So it's like one code here, and then as soon as you like hop into the game, it's like, what would you like to play? So like when Call of Duty asks you want zombies campaign or multiplayer to download first, you're like, all right, I want to play multiplayer, and it's like, please put in your auth code. And then it's like,
It's
do you want the
gonna
battle royale or do you want the like death match? And then you gotta put in that auth code. So just a continuous like, how much can you like make someone annoyed?
No, what would be harder is you have to make an account for every single one of them.
Oh,
So
God.
like you have to log out to play and log back in to play the fucking multiplayer. Like it's the
worst part-
exact match. You take the disc out and put it back in.
Yeah.
I'm about to make that so much worse.
All right.
For each of those accounts, you can't reuse a password.
Yeah. You can't do like a family share or anything either.
Nope, you can't
No.
family share it. You can't use the same password for different accounts. Anyway, as I recall, previous podcasts we were going to talk about some tabletop stuff. Which
Okay, well, I want to tell my concept of Battlefront 3, all right? So you guys know I'm a big fan of mercs, all right? But there's a big like clone fetish and droid fetish. So like that's gonna have to take a back burner here. So I'm saying Battlefront 3, you know, EA presents Star Wars Battlefront 3 Battle Royale mode coming in the summer of like
Ewoks and
2022,
stormtroopers.
No, that's already
you
done.
know. And so you're out there, you're in Tatooine, you gotta
Battle
scavenge
Royale.
around, you gotta like pick up, you know, like pikes and vibroblades and blasters, and you're like going around taking out other mercs and whatnot, you know.
There's a game called Arma 3, and you can
It's
mod
really
it where you can do exactly that.
So you're saying you want to do that, right?
There's this
No.
game called Armor 3. It is absolute dog shit,
No kidding.
and it will literally take away lifetime opportunities. Rest in peace, my life insurance career.
Your life
Life
insurance.
insurance? Holy shit.
Dang.
Can I collect on life insurance if something ended my life?
Don't pass go.
Unfortunately.
Don't collect $200.
I don't know if I explained this, but like one of the main things that made me quit Arma was because I was playing Arma and working on my unit and trying to get server fixed.
Yeah.
When I at the same time I was trying to get my license to sell life insurance. If I had not been playing Arma, I could have gotten my license, and not only that, I could be making upwards of $100,000 a year within 2 years.
You guys remember 10 minutes before this podcast started, Gonk was like, I don't want to talk about Arma the entire time of the podcast. And then the very first thing he says in this podcast is, let me tell you what Arma ruined my life, and Star Wars ruined everything.
Exactly.
Remember when this podcast started? Because I don't.
So, Oz, remember how I convinced you
it's
to
not
get
like-
Fallout 76 and you never played it with us? So,
You
Remember
know,
that game?
bad.
well,
Does
the,
anyone remember the game Fallout 76? Because I don't.
I remember it.
it's okay. We'll be talking about it again in like another 7 months when mods and private servers come out, and it'll be like Fallout 4. It'll be the saving grace of why people return to it.
Oh
It'll
yes,
be Fallout
I
4.
am sure. Because honestly, it will be saved if the mods come out. Because
Yeah.
maybe somebody will be so upset with how horrible that game is, they will make a mod putting humans into it, and interesting characters.
Humans?
That actually do something.
Osiris.
Maybe
Yeah.
someone will make a mod where when you launch the game, it turns it off.
And also, I was kidding. I did not forget Fallout 76. I will never forget.
I don't give a
forget
shit.
what they did to me.
I'll never
Um,
forget the last boss.
I'll
is
never
literally a
forget that
fucking
I,
Skyrim dragon.
I never forget that I didn't play with Bolt.
I'll never forget that Bolt screwed me out of $60.
How did I do that? You never even
It was
played with
all
me.
your fault. It was all your fault.
You
And
never
also,
even
that is a
played with
lie.
me.
I
though.
did play with you.
No, never. I don't think there's one
played
single
with
footage of you playing with
I
me.
played
I
with
saw
you
this-
and your brother. Wait, it wasn't your brother.
No, my brother doesn't have a PC. He's 8.
I know
no,
it's- I know
usually
it's-
see, there's Osiris.
Viv that we were playing with.
We had a bunch of people too. Think about it. At one time, we had probably like 25 people all together playing Fallout 76. Now, not a single one is playing.
I have it on.
It's
the
just-
phone.
It's so shit. It's
It's
almost
not
unreal.
If
It's
that's I talked about this in a
shit.
video. It's like if the friends leave and the players leave, there's nothing. Like
I think Gonk likes every game everyone hates.
No, I
And
don't.
every
It's just that
game
I'm tired of
everyone
hearing
loves.
whiny bitches all damn day. I'd hear it on the job every day. I'm tired of hearing it when I come home.
Sorry, I didn't know I was being a whiny bitch about the money I spent.
Yeah, well, guess what? It may not seem like it now, but what the fuck am I talking about? I'm only 20 years old. But I was about to say,
We're the same age.
yeah, it's like an old man. This is the old man's club here. All of us are
I've been
20.
filing taxes. I've been filing taxes since I was 14. I just put a $300 payment on this car.
Look,
that I'm not
I've been
even sure
paying
I want.
taxes on Domino's Pizza since I was 8. So calm down, right?
I paid off
Yeah, but you
a
see,
$5,000 car in a year.
listen, you dump a bunch.
This
bunch
is
of money.
like this is like perfect.
This
Who's
is
the better
life.
old man? Yeah.
Fallout 76 is a metaphor for life. The Fallout 76 story is a metaphor for life. You dump a bunch of money and time and resources trying to make this thing work, and it's beautiful, and you want it to be beautiful and fun. Turns out it's just gonna be shit the entire way, and it progressively gets worse and worse. And all you can do is try to find a way to cope with it.
And the
That
final
is
boss
life.
is a Skyrim dragon. So
It has the same movement animations as a Skyrim dragon,
well, of course, it's made by the same company.
with the same fucking engine that's been used since Morrowind.
What it needs is it needs a new engine. Honestly, if you give it,
It really does.
I think it'd be better. They just need to give up on that engine.
Creative engine is it called Creative Engine, right? It's called. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
it's called
it
something like that.
It's called
Yeah, I
bad.
think so.
I can't call it bad because it brought Skyrim and Morrowind and all that shit to you.
So
It produced
It
one bet.
Oblivion.
Segway, Skyrim dragons, Skyrim together.
2006 good should not be 2019 good.
Skyrim together is right around the corner, guys, and hopefully it'll be good. Hopefully it'll just work, in the words of Todd Howard. Of course, you need Skyrim Special Edition to make it work. You can put it up to 80 of your friends here.
I keep forgetting that he said that. It's like 20 times during a conference, and no one said shit until someone picked it out. It just works.
No one said anything until they realized it didn't just work. And they're like, okay, well, at least some of it works. Like, that's why, like, you always gotta leave people with a potential, letdown. You always gotta be like, it might happen. So then when it happens, you're like, oh, I totally meant it for it to happen. Like, I was just teasing you guys. But then when it fails, you're like, yeah, see, guys, that's just 50-50 shot, and we missed this time just a little bit.
I want to hop in on the Bethesda bashing. I got two things. First of all, if you look at Bethesda's full lineup, they really only have had one actual good game, and that was Skyrim. The rest of them, they always at least started out as really big buggy messes, and they were saved by mods and all that. Second of all,
I don't know. 3 was really good. 3 had a good
I enjoyed
story.
all the Fallouts
Year.
except for 76.
no, I want to talk about the
Same.
new year. I want to talk about the new year new glitch, because this really shows the cracks of Bethesda. You know what it is? Literally, I feel like I'm the only one that pointed this out. The glitch, the error that happened, is the Y2K virus. It's literally just the Y2K virus, where it didn't know what to do when the number flipped. That is literally all the Y2K virus was. They didn't know what would happen when it went from 99, if it would go to 2000, or if it would go to 0. They didn't know what would happen.
Where are you getting at?
Honestly,
Okay.
why are we even
What?
fucking talking and giving a shit about Bethesda anymore?
I'm trying to take a
When the
segue
version
to
of
Skyrim.
is gonna be made by Obsidian and is coming out this year.
Okay,
That's true.
I'm still really skeptical on that.
That's positive, and that's not good.
I'm really skeptical on that. Yeah,
I'm skeptical on it, but it looks good.
Apparently, they have
everything
like,
looks good.
4,000 people. No, that's wrong. That's wrong.
I want it to be X3 Albion Prelude, but I want it to have the charm of Fallout New Vegas.
I don't know many details about the game, but I didn't really get a vibe of like X3.
It's Fallout in space.
What's the game Project CD Red's making?
Oh, I don't know.
called?
I don't keep up with gaming news anymore. I got other shit to keep up with.
Cyberpunk 20
Yes.
That's the one. Yeah.
Apparently, they have like over 400 people working on that game alone.
Dang.
Yeah. It's called Witcher 3 money, bitches.
You
So I actually played Witcher 3 at my buddy's house.
It's a fucking
Over the
masterpiece.
Christmas. I didn't enjoy it. I was
Well, here's the
unpopular
thing,
opinion.
here's the thing.
I didn't enjoy
When
it
I bought
actually.
it and I played it, I didn't enjoy it. But when I hear, it's like around 10 to 12 hours in, just something clicks. It's the most beautiful. It's the best game ever.
I don't know.
the thing is-
Maybe because I only spent like maybe an hour or 2 hours in it, at my friend's house,
my
but I
issue.
didn't.
spent
I
like
didn't
an hour
enjoy
and
it.
a half, and it was like I don't know how I like this. The computer, the mouse keyboard controls feel a bit funky.
Yeah. I played on an Xbox One X.
Yeah, I played on a controller and it was amazing.
My buddy, I should have took the offer actually, just so I could have like got more hours into it or actually like try it out more. He was like, "Yeah, I don't like it either." He's like, "$5 and it's yours." So
You should have done it. You should have done it.
It's like a prototype for Project Make
You
Ultra.
know what
You sit there and stare at it for long enough, you'll start liking it.
I don't. I never liked the Witcher series. I don't know. It just wasn't my taste. Like,
I didn't know
I
The
don't know.
Witcher existed until Witcher 3. And
So did
again,
Oh.
everyone else.
I didn't have internet till I was, I think.
I think because I've played games like Skyrim or Shadow of Mordor, so I kind of was like, eh. Like, if I wanted a game that kind of looks like this, but wasn't this type of story, I'd rather
Wait, time
play
out.
Shadow of Mordor, which I really enjoyed, actually.
I have that.
So how many hours in Fallout 4 do you have?
Do I have, or
No,
like,
Oz.
How many hours do I have in Fallout 4?
Yeah.
Well, on PC, I have like 30 hours, but I played this like 300, 400 hours on a PS4.
Mm.
Right.
But I never played the DLC, so that's why I got it on PC.
The DLC are
Game of the
pretty,
Year.
pretty
DLC
nice.
is nice. I haven't.
Yeah.
I bought Far Harbor and I still haven't played it.
It's not the
DLC's
best.
DLC's okay.
Actually, I've played
there's
the
been
Vault
better.
one, and I was severely disappointed by that one.
The Vault one was just an expansion on like the crafting and
I
settlement.
think I told you about that, Oz. I was like, yeah, most of the DLCs are just like
They're expansions on the crafting stuff
in
but,
settlements, yeah.
Like, it was Far Harbor is what changed everything. Far Harbor was the one that blew everything out of the water. And after that came
Nuka World,
Far
yeah.
Harbor, Far Harbor and Nuka World were the two big ones. It started off with what's the robot one?
Oh, a
Oh,
Traumatron.
yeah, Automatron.
Automatron.
Yeah.
Yeah, it started out with that one.
That wasn't
then-
bad, but like there's mods for that too. Like that's
It was a fun campaign line.
It was.
the Automatron thing?
Oh,
Dude,
it was
yes.
fun.
Yeah.
Just getting like this is the whole time. This is a huge misunderstanding, and then having the choice to kill the person at the end.
And going through and building the robot when I really like that, but it's also a thing that
You can
there's
turn
mods
like
for,
what's
so.
his name? What's
Codsworth.
Codsworth.
Like,
You can turn him into a
sexy
fucking
legs meme.
death machine with like miniguns. It's like,
Yeah.
Why do that? We can do the sexy legs meme.
I know what you're talking about too, which is really sad. Really funny.
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm like hopeful for 76 because I saw like if you've ever played the base of 4, you couldn't this is a big thing that like Nuka World kind of fixed a little bit is that you couldn't be a bad guy essentially. Like you couldn't ever have that horrible bad karma like cuz
You
then
couldn't really be much of a bad guy in 76 either because there's nobody to kill.
well that's why I'm
Nobody to
saying like that's why I'm
kill.
holding out for
Zombies?
76 because look
A minute
at
ago, weren't you just criticizing us for bringing up 76, and here you are bringing up 76?
look at how 3 is, and 3 is drastically different than 4. Where 4 and 76 are a lot alike, except for 76 just doesn't have AI, except for
Anything.
robot AI, you could say. And with 4, a lot of the mods fix a lot of the little like for instance, I never was a big Brotherhood of Steel player in 4 because they're god awful in my opinion, at least.
I love those.
So, but I actually went through it because there was a mod that actually added more and fixed like some of the stuff that wasn't completed with the Brotherhood. Like for instance, I think one it was like who's the guy Maxim or something like that or
I know who you're talking
Father
about.
Maxim or whatever.
yeah, that
Arthur
guy.
Maxim.
There's like some big change where you could actually become in charge of the Brotherhood of Steel. You could like rid him, like the whole like a whole bunch of changes to it. That was really nice. And so I think like that's where you see how modders are able to take like the files that weren't used and make something out of it. And I'm really hoping with 76 if they take files that aren't used or they just throw because right now essentially that's what they are doing with the creation club is they're just throwing old Fallout 4 stuff into the game. So I'm hoping in 76 with mods they're just going to have someone take a lot of the Fallout 4 stuff and just throw the raiders in the game. Like that's I know for a fact at some point they're going to be like we brought NPCs in the game, they're just raiders and they replaced the Scourge. But you know it's
I don't
around
know. If
it's
the game really wasn't
eventually.
just Fallout 4 multiplayer, like where like the whole UI is the same, the loading screen's the same, except it's colored. I can't even comprehend the level of laziness that went through with it. It had like what 4 to 5 years to make a whole new game, and they just blew it
Yeah.
with like the same shit. It's just
Well, they're
the
probably
same.
working on it longer, honestly.
Well, no, if it was its own game, like if it was its own thing,
Yeah.
whole new graphics, whole new everything, I wouldn't give it any shit that I am doing it. But
It's
since it's the
weird,
same game copy pasted, I'm giving it shit.
It's weird because there's like the blame of it. Like the people who made Fallout Shelter is like they're trying to put blame on them. But I don't know. I still hold firmly that if you look at Skyrim together and how they're doing up to 8-player, I thought it was only 4-player multiplayer, but up to 8-player multiplayer, that's exactly what should have done
everything
with
back
76.
to the multiplayer they're making.
Yeah, because I really want to talk about it. Like it says 76.
I just don't know what I'll be honest, I've never been in Skyrim and thought, man, I wish I had somebody with me right now.
That's true though, yeah. Like
I've never had that thought. Like in Fallout 4, I did because I was like, this is actually pretty fun if I had a friend. But like in Skyrim, you're just, this is me. I can do this.
I think with Skyrim though, with multiplayer, some of the fun things to do would be like just dueling each other with the sword combat. You know,
building a house,
having a family together.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
Fucking have a good time.
Okay, I didn't go that far. You know,
I think you're putting way too much stock into what this game can become.
VR fucking. VR
Okay, let's go.
Multiplayer
down.
You can build the damn fireplace by yourself with
That
yourself.
reminds me.
You just like a whole new level. You're like Skyrim VR together, Hearthstone DLC.
With your
Does
dick
Skyrim
out.
VR have mods yet?
Yeah, of course, yeah. It's Fallout 4. It's the same thing. You can
Well,
have mods with it.
oh, it's in Creation
So-
Club. You can't do actual mods. Fuck.
No, there's so how it works is with the special edition, there's literally and with the Fallout 4, there is a section called mods. There's no workshop, unlike the regular editions,
okay. Yeah, I
but
know
the
what
special edition and Fallout 4 has a mod built in through the Creation Club and Bethesda.net. It's just called Bethesda.net mods, and basically creators throw their mods on there. Most of them are really good, but you'll find a lot of the gold, platinum level ones on Nexus mods and stuff like that. These are more of like, there are some crazy ones on there, but most of these are like just like big story stuff, adding more settlement stuff like that. But yeah, that'll be fun.
Got Rogered.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So,
I don't know.
So next segue.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not actually excited for any games right now, except for maybe Tropico 6.
Maybe you'll get excited for this next game segue. So, you guys ever played The Division by chance?
Are you just like curating? I just don't. How can we talk about games we actually want to come out? Like things we like.
I liked The Division. It was really
I
good. Haig and I
Stuff
played
that
the
I
entire
like,
game and beat it together.
What?
Haig and I, we played through.
What?
Oh, okay. So
I know it's because the server was glitching out for a second on Discord, but no, I was saying Haig and I beat all the Division together, and I really enjoyed it. And the like Dark Zone stuff going on there, whatever it's called, for PvP was a cool aspect. So I have not seen really any gameplay of the Division 2, but I got, of course, the beta key for it through like the Epic Games like content creator thing.
You should give it to me.
I already redeemed it. I'm sorry. It was a big download too. It was like 50 gigabytes. So I was like,
100 million gigabytes.
my hard drive is dying left and right from everything. But
You know the solution to that? Delete Arma.
delete Arma, yeah, and I would get a terabyte
Delete
back.
Arma.
It literally, it's not even
literally.
seriously. I would get a terabyte back, but
You want to continue?
hard to do when you're making a
So
mod
what
for
are
it.
what are you excited for, Gunk?
Star Wars RPG Rise of the Separatist expansion finally giving static clones, static Geonosians, static Umbarans. It's adding in all the DC series weaponry so people can stop bickering about their homebrew bullshit.
What are you talking about?
What?
Huh?
Yeah, there you go.
What?
Losing your mind.
Oz, what are you
What could
excited
possibly-
about? What game has got you all fluttered?
Yeah, let's move along.
I'm excited about nothing. The entire industry sucks.
Yeah.
I thought you liked
guess what?
Total War, right? Total War 3 Kingdoms is coming out.
Yeah, but that's like completely different from what I usually enjoy.
You like Dynasty Warriors, hack and slash?
Know the solution to this,
I do
Osiris?
not like Dynasty Warriors.
Oh man, well yeah,
So
like their
I am
kingdoms.
tempering my expectations for that one.
Wait. Are you talking about Dynasty Warriors?
Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
know the old Xbox game where it was that fucking wizard on a hill and he was like,
Ha,
feel
ha,
the
ha,
power
of
of my magic.
Yeah. What was it? Zheng Jiao or something like that, dude. And he had like he has like I think
He's
in
wearing
that
all
game.
yellow.
Yeah, it's
He was
the Yellow
wearing all
Turban
yellow and had a
Rebellion.
staff, and he was like, feel the power of my
In
magic.
that game, I think he was bald, but in the very like next couple games, he has a star like haircut. Like what? Dynasty Warriors just goes crazy with their characters. Like in one minute he's
Dynasty
bald,
Warriors 9.
now he's got a big hair. I have not.
Don't.
I actually was gonna get it at first, and then I was like, ooh. But there's a demo out, and I played it, and I was like, ooh, this is... It's interesting how it is completely open world, but I feel like Dynasty Warriors was a lot better linear, honestly. But you can only tell the same story so many times, and that's what really sucks about it.
I would play Dynasty Warriors, but I lost my original Xbox.
Dynasty Warriors Empires. So I think like the original story, of course you can only tell it so many times unless you just keep on opening it up. And Extreme Legends doesn't even need to exist, but I think Empires is like where it's actually good, where you can go and like own the entire empire and try to control China. But
Too bad it's a Dynasty Warriors, so it sucks. I seriously cannot think of a game off the top of my head besides Outer Planet, whatever. I always forget the name of it. That Obsidian game. I'm excited to see what comes of that.
You're not excited. You're not excited for U-Boat, a U-Boat simulator game based on U-boats in World War II.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it actually really is. It looks really good.
Actually, I don't know anything about that one, but it does sound interesting.
There's also a game called Cooking Simulator that's coming out where you literally cook.
Isn't that
It's
VR
like-
though?
No, it's it shouldn't be. It should be regular. Like, yeah, you can use it with, yeah. I don't know, dude. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm dumb. All right.
what?
Well, don't talk to me.
Yeah, usually I
Anyway.
don't follow games anymore, and I just end up being like pleasantly surprised when certain games start. Like,
Hey, you
close
know
to
what the
release.
solution to that is? You got to give up on the video gaming industry and get into the tabletop gaming industry.
Yes,
Oh,
we've
I
all
love
played Tabletop
games. I
Simulator.
would gladly, yes. We need to play
Bruh.
more Tabletop Simulator.
Yu-Gi-Oh 2.
Oh, no, man. Roll 20. I'm on that Roll 20 side of shit.
See, I don't know. I'm not crazy about that because like tabletop
D&D 2?
tabletop wins D&D. Yeah.
We don't like D&D 13.
No, we're
I like Tabletop Simulator too because like yeah, people are like, oh, I gotta own the game. It's like, no, you don't. You can just watch the live stream or whatever also and just tell me whatever. But
yeah, but there's a big issue with that.
I like switching out maps and people can put down their own custom pictures really fast and make custom pictures. So like whereas with Roll 20 or it's called, it's a lot more complex. Like Ghost wanted me to do like some, I don't know. I call it basically Skyrim, like every like D&D. He was like 5th edition or something. I'm like, okay, so just Skyrim.
No, they were going to be your mindset. That's how you get fucked.
Huh?
I'm eating bread.
See, I go into base D&D like
after that
Skyrim.
D&D campaign, all the people it brought to the server after you started it, I'll never play another game of D&D with you ever again, just because of you.
Why? Okay.
Actually, I should get a recovery move, and I should do that.
Okay, when we played D&D, I'm so glad there's no footage of this, by the way, too, of like that game. It wasn't bad for the first game, but then like after a while, it's really bad. It's kind of like everything I ever do. All the good people kind of like fade away, and then they come back later, and they're like, that person's still here, and all the bad peoples in D&D's usually stuck around.
When Bolt tried to do the, he tried to fuck us all with
What?
the game. It's called D&D Fallout,
Yeah.
and we
Oh no.
brought the worst of the worst onto a D&D game and try to play it.
So like
It was fun.
in the first game, Beaks was a guy that got beat by his father.
Dude, I want
but
to tell
not.
the story.
But okay, you
gotta
tell
tell
the
the
story.
story.
Oh, you want me to, or you want to?
No, my character was a kid, and his father beat him. Like always beat him, but he never beat his dick. So when he grew up, he started beating his dick so much that his arm. You know that Mormon picture where like arms bigger than the other one? It's like big and buff.
My God.
That's
Yeah.
him, and he was a brute, so he became a butcher. And his name was Butch.
Yeah, everybody was a strength character essentially. There was him. There was a Mirelurk. There was a super mutant. There was like some transgendered trap. Enclave character. There was like a ghoul. There was like a young upstarter who lived in a trailer. There was
I feel like-
so many different
Wasn't
things.
that Zach's character?
Yeah.
I feel like
There's-
I was the only one who made an actual D&D style character for that game.
what
I
ended
did-
up
I made a gunslinger named Matthew Whitmer, who just shot stuff, was super cocky, and was charming as.
basically how it ended and what left me in a I'm not gonna play this ever again type of mood was it was, you know, the original Fallout New Vegas story. Within the first mission, they already failed. They lost the platinum chip. Trudy,
Someone in the back of the head and killed them.
Trudy, the girl who owns the bar or saloon in New Vegas or in Good Springs, thank you, leaves and goes to New Vegas to sell it and get rich. She is the one that ends up with the platinum chip. They turn the town into a PMC. They fight off the NCR. They fight off the Brotherhood. They fight off the what are they called? The Powder Springs or Powder Gangers.
Powder Gangers.
And one of the characters actually becomes leader of the Powder Gangers of the correctional facility.
Want some chocolate?
One of the characters gets stripped naked, left for dead, but actually survives and runs around. You know the guy Chet, who's like the guy at the marketplace or whatever. Yeah, they cripple him. They put him in a wheelchair. His dad shows up. All right, to run the marketplace. It goes completely crazy. There's a lot of really cool stuff like Chet's dad showing up to run it because they for some reason wanted to break Chet's legs. But there's also a lot of crazy things of like they also shunned Sunny away because her dog died, and so she like, you know, Zach tried to flirt with her, so she just left and it was awkward. And then
you're
the super
forgetting
mutant,
the best part.
super mutant had a brother, and they went like to Novak and they killed Boone, and then Boone's wife was the one that lived. So, because this was taken before the events of New Vegas.
You're forgetting the best part of the entire
What is
D&D
it?
campaign, where I literally punch Valo in the face and kill her in one
Yeah, I
hit.
was getting to that part of like, so this entire time that I'm telling the story, you're like, oh, that'd be really cool. They worked together. They all became a PMC. No, there were people so against the idea that they would roleplay against. They're like, okay, I'm gonna roll a charisma check so I can get the town to turn against this idea. All right, I'm gonna roll so I can initiate combat on the town. I'm gonna roll so I can initiate on our partner. So like, no one's wanting to work together essentially. And in the very first death. All right, the very first death is not like a actual like NPC. I think it might be an NPC, but it was a Brotherhood of Steel girl or something or guy, scribe or something that ends up getting into a fight, and they like break her back, she gets shot, and then she has a motorcycle helmet, and someone takes I don't know if it was you, it might have been someone else, they had Butch's cleaver and just pops it right in between the visor of the motorcycle helmet and kills him. There's like people bleeding out under a chair. Dynamite Pete dies.
They cut her fucking hand off.
Yeah, well, first that happens, and then leaves it in the motorcycle.
The way I
helmet.
The actual death part.
I literally just punched the shit out of her. Like I take my big arm, I take my big arm and kill her with that. I just punch her once and she's dead. And I do it in front of everybody.
But I think what really was the
and no one gave a fuck.
yeah, what really was the it's just because before the Mirelurk came in and became really cancerous. Before that's what really ruined me was the Mirelurk death saving roll. These people threw a baby fit. They were having a tantrum. My little brother got mad because of a game in Fortnite. These grown ass people got more mad than an 8-year-old in Fortnite. They were like, "Oh, you can't kill the Mirelurk," and I'm like, "Yo, there's 8 powder gangers firing on him. They threw dynamite at him. They're stabbing him. Like this guy, he is dead. Like if we don't kill off this, and this Mirelurk had an intelligence of like 9 or something, and they were like, he's speaking to us. He's our leader. Yeah, they tried to make a Mirelurk king the leader of Goodsprings. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like, this is Fallout, and a lot of crazy stuff happens in Fallout, trust me. But this is like, wow. Like, I'm completely for breaking lore and having fun, but that, like, the whole death saving role of people screaming about that was like,
Yep.
I can't do this. I can't do death saving rolls. I was like, what the heck? And they're like, well, this is not how we D&D. And I'm like, this is homebrew. Like, this is just a glorified role play, essentially. This is nothing. Like,
it sounds like the situation you got yourself in is you got a party full of murder hobos.
yeah.
Who love their characters too much to let them die.
Yeah. That's because the very first step,
How many
the
of
2
them,
characters died.
I don't remember how many were there. I remember there were like 7 or there was a lot of people.
Yeah, there was like maybe 11 people. It was crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
all,
we wrote it down.
lot.
Who was like,
well, as a first-time GM, that's a lot of fucking people.
yeah,
to deal
that
with.
was the first time I ever,
Second of all, how many of them do you think have actually played a tabletop game before?
I know for a fact I never did.
like maybe 2, and
I was one of them.
you know, the other one was a person that literally had a human being who was their like normal GM like harass me on Twitch and be like, this is not how GMs are supposed to do it, or like,
oh dude, when
or
Valo
something about
Valen brought this person in to tell you how to like
my descriptions were too broad or something. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm literally like, I'm getting gruesome with these like
literally
he slapped his hand and busted a cheek open, like cutting veins. Like, what?
Every GM has their own style, and all it comes down to is finding a GM and a player that matches that GM's style. Honestly, I will say my Sunday Star Wars FFG game, love that GM. My God, I look forward to that game every goddamn week. It's what keeps me going through life. Second of all, you just gotta look around. Honestly, if you want to, don't let this sour your relationship with tabletop. If you want, I can try to introduce you to a few people. I know one guy who'd be great for you as a beginning player, and he runs like several different games. So I'm sure he has a slot somewhere I can get him.
I just want to do a thing that we were doing with Oz before, because it literally was just ISR, and we had some fun. We were doing it pretty well, and even though it was a longer game, like. When we did the game, it was probably like 2-3 hours, I think, but we went through a lot, especially for like 9, 11, however many people.
Yeah.
You know, and his we had, I think, just like 4 of us, maybe 5, but it was more tactical, and I think that's because we came into it with a more tactical mindset of we're not gonna blow our cover and everything. But I thought it was a lot of fun because it was Star Wars. You know, and it's my second most keen thing aside from like Fallout. So
yeah, the game I'm trying to get you into is a Star Wars game.
Yeah, but this is like not D&D though. This is just like, what is it? Just a board game, right?
What was the name of the game? Do you remember at all?
You're the one running it. What?
Oh, the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The one I'm talking about is the modern version of Star Wars D&D.
I thought it was a board game or something.
No.
Yeah, it's Monopoly, dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Star Wars Monopoly, right?
It's the Star Wars role playing game from Fantasy Flight Games.
All right.
What I'm trying to get you into it is actually my Sunday group that I was just talking about that I love. We have one free slot because we just kicked out one player because he was inactive. So if you really want to come by and learn it, I will say we earned that 18 plus rating on roll 20.
What the?
But
It's kind of scary.
okay, listen, I played a mad scientist doctor, and our pilot is racist against authorities. Think all authorities should die. Anyway, if you really,
Alright.
if you really are interested in getting into it, hit me up after we finish recording this, and I can get you in touch.
Alright.
But Deegs, Osiris, have either of you played any tabletop role playing games?
Yeah,
Yes,
that
I've played
one,
like
and it sucked
5
ass.
times.
I literally played one of those bolts, and it sucked fucking ass.
Yeah,
Are you just talking about the D&D thing?
No, it wasn't even that. Like, it's not even that it turned me off. It just kind of opened my eyes. I was kind of like, this is not even fun to me. Like, just me imagining it where everyone's working together, or like everyone has a story or concept. I was just like, that's not even kind of fun. Like, it's like the reason why I wanted to do a D&D was because I watched this Class of 1980X on Rooster Teeth by the Cowboys, and
Yeah.
it fucking was hilarious. I loved it. I cried sometimes, and that's why I played it. And yeah, it was nothing like that.
What
No.
what I wanted to get into was the Star Wars stuff because I saw Yogscast did something like
Yeah.
that.
That-
Not the
that's
Star
the
Wars
game.
one,
That's the
also
exact game.
something before it.
You're playing the exact game I'm trying to get you into. It's the game I play every week, and I'm still looking for a second group to join.
Yeah.
Yeah, except I wouldn't. The big issue I have, like I said earlier, it's all about finding a GM who has a GMing style that matches your play style. And I know a guy who he can probably slot you into a game. He runs, like I said, he runs about 3 or 4 different ones, but he's a different guy than my Sunday group. Sunday group has free slot, etc. I forget what the original question was. I should really lay off the weed. The memory loss is real. What were we talking about?
The D&D Star Wars? Like, what?
So you're trying to get into that, right?
I don't know. It depends on, like, the time.
He's too fucking busy playing with his damn brother.
Oh,
Yeah, Fortnite.
the Sunday game. Sunday game.
I need
started
something to be
off
later.
with
That's the thing.
You like realize that
Later.
Epic Store is
Well-
literally spyware.
Sunday at it'd be 11 o'clock your time, a.m.
Yeah, that's early, bud.
Can't do
I
it?
got church. I got
You go to church?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, that's what I
It is
said.
gross. The hell?
So you can't join that group, but if you want, I could try to get you in with Sean.
Well, I'm not
Sean.
even over here shitting on
This
donk smoking
bitch
weed or
bitch
anything.
just told you he goes to
He's just
fucking
like,
church, and
"Ew."
you're still
He just,
letting him in.
"Ew."
Yeah.
That's like automatic Amish society, like excommunication. Never come to our town, outsider.
He's got a car. He drives a Cadillac, not a horse and buggy.
He said you could own a lamp. Which one has the fucking horse? A Porsche? Yeah. Because the Porsche has a horse in the fucking logo.
Or is it a Porsche?
Yeah, it's Porsche.
I'll make
So,
that up. No, I just need something
let's
like it'll be later. That's the thing.
Let's talk about something honest.
Something
Yeah,
what?
let's talk about how Epic Store, Epic Games, whatever, is a fucking spyware program.
All right, why do you think so? What epic games have you played?
What Epic game? No, actually, what's funny is I actually witnessed it happen to my old computer. I downloaded Epic to play Fortnite, and I uninstalled it, and it came back to my computer.
I'm back.
No, it's
Got
awesome. So it leads up the chain. The company that owns Epic is actually owned 40% by a Chinese company. Yeah, yeah.
No,
It's 40% owned by
see,
Chinese company.
But that's a bullshit excuse because Tencent owns everything. Tencent owns entire cities in China. Tencent owns a lot of things stateside that you don't realize is owned by Tencent. However, I will say I just tried to open my Epic Games launcher. It wouldn't let me close out of it without updating.
Yeah, it's spyware, dude.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I'm
really,
trying.
it's really fucking creepy.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of it. I'm getting rid of it right now on stream.
You're not gonna be able to do it. Like, I'm not even just trying to discourage you. You just can't do it. I'll never uninstall it on my computer. Bolt, you're screwed, dude.
It's okay.
Won't install what?
You
Epic Games.
cannot uninstall Epic Games Launcher.
Ah,
It will come back. In most cases, majority of the time, it will come back.
You're describing it like it's an
Remember, I actually
STD over
downloaded
here.
Epic
He's like, it's coming back.
Oh, and wait, did you say the game launcher or the store?
The game, boat. I think it's the launcher. I'm pretty.
Oh, well, I already have that say.
Yeah, sorry, I'm done for.
Okay.
Sign my death warrant.
How are
Yeah,
people
while we're
getting
talking about this, I'm just casually browsing through all my program files to make sure that there's nothing left.
And I'm just casually bending Nick over my knee and spanking his ass. Because apparently he's into weird shit, Bolt.
Who?
What?
Don't you remember the photo I sent yesterday of Nick when he put himself in that fucking... put him in stocks? Even though nobody told him to do it, he put himself in stocks.
Who?
Nick from Fallout 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yo.
Yeah, I
Paul
remember.
hasn't played the game in a while. Okay.
No, I thought you saw someone in the Discord. I was like, Nick.
Are we still recording?
Yeah. No.
Oh,
We are.
oh, we are?
I have to be literal. I'm
It's like, we
sorry.
probably should have been playing like a multiplayer game or something and talking about like this.
Yeah, at this point,
my
we're not
favorite
doing
game.
a podcast.
I'm playing with a flashlight right now. You don't even understand, all right?
Look, this sounds like the point where someone else in ISR would just hop in. This is just a normal ISR conversation.
But can it run Crisis? You know when people used to use it as like a benchmark, like
Yeah.
Crisis?
Yeah.
That and Tomb Raider.
No one actually ever played Crisis. They just booted up and they're like 60 FPS.
People
I'm good.
still
Yeah.
use it to benchmark stuff. It's only used by poor people now.
Like me.
Has anyone
Actually,
ever played
got
Crisis? Is that a thing?
I tried playing Crisis 3. It wasn't fun.
Well, that's what I heard. Crisis 1 was godlike, Crisis 2 was meh, and Crisis 3 was bad. That's what I always heard.
He was in space and he's teleported to the satellite that was miles away from him and used it. I don't know.
Like I said, bad. Or, in the words of Patches, it is the big stink.
Wait, what? Well, I just realized when we were recording, why the hell didn't we talk about the Xbox Live thing?
What Xbox Live?
Which one?
The Switch.
Xbox Live is coming to Nintendo Switch, motherfuckers.
What do you
Yeah.
What does
mean
that
by that?
even?
I
What does
don't
that
even
even
know.
mean?
I don't know. It had something to do with where like it's about their cross-platform stuff.
So
And-
let me take a couple guesses on what's coming, right?
You download it and your Switch becomes an Xbox One.
Yeah.
It like transforms.
No,
Instead of the like clicking, it goes. Wah, you know, like the Xbox sound. You're like,
No,
what
it's
the
the
heck?
original. It's like the original. It's like blah, 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 blah.
You get the Halo 3. Ah. I think
the
chaos.
we'll get Halo Wars. I think we'll get Halo Wars. I'm trying to think of like lower exclusive Xbox games, honestly.
I think you're misunderstanding what Xbox Live even is. What is Xbox Live?
The
It's an
Xbox
online
is
service,
alive.
yeah.
But
So,
the way,
yeah.
from what I understood and what I read, is the way it's supposed to work is if you download Xbox Live onto like a Switch or your mobile phone,
Yeah.
because it's for also for mobile devices and
Mhm.
PC. Basically, if the game is recognized by Xbox Live, you'll still be able to earn like Xbox achievements through it, regardless of like what platform you're using.
Yeah.
And I guess their goal is to also like handle the online services for certain games as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll be for the Switch, but at least for mobile ones, they want to like start that type of shit.
I still think we'll get a couple like Xbox games on the Switch. Like I'll put money down on Halo Wars. I think that'll be one. I think we'll get a Halo like 3 or something odd. Like something like that. Maybe not like the Master Chief Collection as a whole, but like maybe one or two of those games out of there.
Losing your mind.
Trying to think of what else really we could get on the
What?
Switch. Like
can
Xbox
get
exclusives.
That is not their plan, and it's not a funny joke.
If
I
if
don't
we
know
just
what-
get achievement, that's kind of lame, honestly.
I
But
don't touch
it wouldn't
consoles
surprise
anymore,
me.
so I'm trying to imagine what this is like.
I'm trying to imagine the Switch in my
He's
hands.
like, what's a controller?
The
No,
latest
honestly,
latest
time I
console
check.
I own is a Wii.
Latest console I owned was does the 3DS count?
Yeah, that counts too.
Okay, it's a 3DS, not a 3DS and an Xbox 360.
Xbox 360 will always be my favorite
Mhm.
console.
It was a whole
The
different
only
generation of gamers.
The
Now
only
everyone's
reason-
playing Fortnite.
The
God
only
forbid.
reason
Everyone, you're one of them.
I know. I know.
the only reason I've
Teach
ever
your brother to
considered
play better games.
He's got
Yeah,
Paladins, which is another. That's another thing too.
Oh,
With, like,
another great
with Xbox Live. So even though Paladins is free to play, without the online service on PS4, on the Switch, on the PC, and probably if they had it on the phone too. On Xbox is the only platform where you need to have Xbox Live monthly subscription
you don't
to
need-
play
you don't need-
Paladins.
You don't need PS Plus to do it. 'Cause
No, you
PlayStation
don't.
makes it online.
You don't need PlayStation Plus to play Paladins online.
Are you? But are you sure about that? Because PlayStation.
I
that
own
used to
every
be the
console.
argument for PS3. Maybe I'm just a dinosaur.
Well,
like back in the
so
day,
the thing is
argument
that's a
was that
free to play game. Like Paladins is
I
a
know,
free to play
it's
game,
like-
so like most free to play games like Fortnite, they just have a free multiplayer thing attached to it also.
Oh.
Yeah. Like Brawlhalla, if you ever played that.
Well,
Oh,
you see,
dude,
the
I
thing
know.
is,
These free
this
games
is-
are for poor people.
Yeah, you know, it's also
Just-
for
you should
people,
just go buy your brother a good game.
or you know,
Buy him-
Get him a Splatoon or something.
I wanted to
Get
get
him
him.
Fallout.
I wanted to get him. He only has a Switch. I wanted to get him. Super Smash.
Get
I
him
don't think.
Ark.
I don't think Fallout's on Switch, is it? I know Skyrim is.
Ark
Get him
Survival
Fallout
Evolved
4
is on
yeah.
Switch. Give
I
him
think they're
Ark
gonna
on-
put it on.
Ark's not
Switch.
good, in my opinion.
Give him
I like
Skyrim, dude. Let him.
I was
kill
gonna get
people. Let
him Super
feel-
Smash
let
Bros.
him-
Ultimate, but
Let him
like,
take the life from somebody.
like he doesn't even play Pokemon. Like he's got Pokemon
Let
on
him
there,
become
but
Ted Bundy.
that's horrible.
Let him rip the life out of some poor soul.
Uh,
God, your brother just get him off it, dude. Just get him off it.
get him off the drugs, off the Fortnite.
Seriously,
It's an
dude.
addiction.
Detox.
Detox.
Detox him. He doesn't even know it. He thinks he's cool. That's the sad part. I can't even blame him.
He's
having
8.
fun.
He's 8. You think you're
He's
cool when you're 20?
If... Dude, I do not think I'm.
Really, Biggs? I've seen you.
Actually, I can put this in perspective. Doc, you remember when you got rejected from your license to sell life insurance or whatever?
I failed my test.
Yeah. Like, you know that reaction you had to the failure.
It's
I'm
done with Armor forever, and I'm tired of it ruining my life, and I'm tired of it sucking out all the joy and
No, that's
I feel.
that's the reaction you had. I'm talking about the feeling you felt, the failure of not
Yeah.
getting the license.
that
Yeah,
I still care.
I feel that constantly 24/7.
I thought you were
Yeah,
going to tell my
you
brother
feel
to sell life
you
insurance
feel
and
that.
quit Fortnite.
Listen. You feel that, quote unquote, constantly, quote unquote, 24/7, quote unquote, despite having not lived it. How do you think I feel about it?
Dude, I'll be honest. I'm on the internet. I don't care how you feel.
Yeah, I know you don't.
That's okay. I don't expect you to care about how I feel. It's mutual.
That's why I send Biggs a message at 6 in the morning.
God damn it. You know what? And every time you send it, they're always nice things. I can't even say something mean. I can't be like, fuck you.
Have a good day, cowboy.
He's like,
Send
have
a
a good
pic-
one,
send a
cowpoke, or have a good cowboy.
Have a
day,
good
friend.
cowboy.
You can't say fuck you to that.
I need those sweet messages so I can get through my day.
It's
and
like
keep my
it's like when
motivation
Ferris
up.
sends you a goodnight text.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
dude,
get those.
Ferris stopped that. I called Ferris out on it. He stopped sending them to me, and I told him, "Yo, what up? Why'd you stop?" He just said, and disconnected. I got a good night text.
He
that
ran.
night.
He ran.
Oh, you're talking about Ferris? Oh, yeah.
Just good night text.
Oh man.
He didn't give them to me for a while there. I told him,
Yeah.
"Why'd you stop?"
Oh, stop sending me brony naked pics.
Yeah. What?
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 I don't know what you're saying.
I need to go ahead and block you.
What? Oz is the actual brony, and you're gonna fucking ban me.
You know what? Wait, what? I don't. I'm so lost.
All right,
Let me
everybody.
break this down for you. Oz is an ex-brony.
Okay, and
I was trying to poke at him.
he's
Oh,
muted for whatever reason.
He's what?
He's muted for whatever reason.
Oh, he is. What if he's trying to talk?
He can
to
still
us,
hear
but he
you.
doesn't?
He can still hear you.
He can still hear us.
Yeah.
It just means that he probably has Pornhub up on the other tab, and he
Oh,
doesn't want to overhear us.
Well, there's nothing he'll be able to say now, because, ladies and gentlemen, we're wrapping it up here.
Well,
gotta pour
Pornhub is
cork
one
in that bottle.
What?
What?
Say cork in the bottle.
Yeah. Condom on the deck. You know it's something.
I don't know. All right, buddy. Have a good night. Till
Yeah,
next
some
time.
Stupid white stuff.
That was too PG-13 for
Till
me.
the next podcast, I regret.